Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about some information regarding the next DLC update in Grand Theft Auto Online, our first official one here in 2020, some information from Insider Tez Funds 2 on what's happening, and also some changes that Rockstar have been making over the last couple of days. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and we'll begin with a tweet from Insider Tez Funds 2. He put this out on March 5th, at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He said, background update. Rockstar patched a car-to-car duplication glitch. They also patched an arcade MOC dupe glitch. They patched an MOC duplication glitch with Ladies of the Night. They made additional fixes to progress reset bugs, and they added 5 vehicles to the casino podium list, which we'll actually take a look at in a little bit. So let's begin by going down the list. Obviously, Rockstar is looking to get rid of duplication glitches, and 3 out of the 5 things that they changed had to do with duplication glitches. One was car-to-car, one was with the arcade and MOC. I have no idea how all 3 of those are done or accomplished, but Rockstar have now patched them, so if you did use those, well, you're going to have to find a workaround. They're also still trying to fix the Diamond Casino Heist progress resetting, which is not the only change that Rockstar is making. Again, last week we covered some ways in which Rockstar kind of made the casino heist a little bit harder. So they're also doing that in addition to trying to make it so that you don't lose your progress. And then, of course, 5 new vehicles being added. And in case you guys are wondering what those 5 new vehicles are, according to Insider Tez Funds 2, it is the Sultan Classic, the Pegassi Reaper, Pegassi Tempesta, Ocelot Pariah, and the Deluxo. Okay, so I know all those vehicles are a little bit older, but those are some amazing cars over the next couple of weeks and months that you're going to be able to get for free if you win them on the Lucky Wheel. I mean, the Tempesta, one of the best supercars in the game. The Pariah, one of the best sports cars in the game. The Deluxo, one of the best weaponized vehicles. And the Sultan Classic is one of the best customizable vehicles that you can have. It's also an icon. It's one of the best sort of vintage cars in the game. So the fact that those 5 are being added is absolutely incredible. And if you combine that with some of the vehicles that are already on the list, you have a handful of different vehicles that are going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks. So those are 5 new vehicles. Remember, we still have 5 left on the podium: the VSTR, the Shotaro, Zion Classic, JB700W, and R88. So if Rockstar is going to be releasing 1 per week, we've got about 10 weeks left. There also is no particular release order for any of these vehicles, so Rockstar could have them come out at any time they want. It also doesn't look like any of them are connected to a specific holiday or an upcoming event. So those are the 10 remaining vehicles that are on the podium list. Now, as sort of a follow-up to that, someone asked an important question on how these remaining vehicles relate to a new update. So someone said, do they all need to come out before the next update? And Insider Tez Funds 2 said that would be the most reasonable approach, to release all the current podium cars before the new update. Rockstar doesn't have to update the current list with a background update if they are planning to release a new update. Not to mention, they are well aware that we will figure out the new additions, so that's one more reason to not update the list if a new update is coming soon. Just include all the new additions in the next update so that no one will know about them until release. It's also possible that Rockstar doesn't give a damn anymore, but that is less likely to be the case. Anyways, we have 10 unreleased vehicles in the current podium list, excluding the S80RR, which has been on the list since the Diamond Casino update, and we have yet to see it on the podium. The new list will last until May 14th, up until May 21st if you include the S80RR. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about there. And if you just look at that second paragraph, you might think to yourself, well, that means we're not going to be getting a new update until May. And that's not necessarily the case, because essentially the entire first paragraph is saying the reason Rockstar is adding all these extra vehicles is so that they don't have to do that when the new update arrives. And so they'll be able to keep vehicles that are added to the Lucky Wheel a surprise, because right now there's pretty much no surprise at what vehicle is going to be coming on the Lucky Wheel. Because Rockstar has to do them with a background update, we can see which vehicles are on the list and which ones are planning to come out. So Insider Test Funds 2 believes this could actually be Rockstar planning for an update to come out sooner rather than later, if indeed Rockstar is trying to conceal the list of vehicles that will be added to the Lucky Wheel. Now, you would assume if a new update arrives, that Rockstar would also include some new vehicles on that list, and I guess they would just add them to it when the new update comes out. But because they wouldn't have to update the background scripts, we wouldn't figure out which vehicles are on that list. So you could look at this both ways. This is Rockstar trying to sort of hide their tracks and a new update is coming out soon, or this is them preparing for a longer gap between the next update. And if we do look at that, since we basically have 10 weeks left of cars, the 14th would be the first Thursday in which we would run out of vehicles, and the 21st would be the second Thursday we would run out of vehicles if Rockstar includes the S80RR. So honestly, I could see both of these things happening. I could see Rockstar coming out with an update in early April. I could also see them coming out with an update in May, depending on whatever they wanted to do. At this point in time, I'm really not too sure. I hope we get one sooner rather than later, especially if it's a racing theme update. I really wouldn't want to wait until May just to get like more Formula One races. So I'll definitely be sure to keep you guys posted if we get any new information on that. But that is interesting that Rockstar have added more vehicles to the podium list, and honestly, what it could potentially mean. Now, before we actually get to the new update, again, we have to talk about some things that Rockstar still are going to release in the drip feed. So someone ended up asking a couple of questions. If there's going to be contact missions for Gerald and for Ron, do we have a clue about how many missions, and how do we know about these missions? Do they have some indicator inside the game files? And Insider Test Funds 2 said yes. There are contact missions for Gerald, not sure about Ron. There's an icon for him, but no text or code for him. However, it's possible for Rockstar to add Ron missions via a background update. Number 2, I believe there are 8 slots for Gerald missions, so there can be 8 missions. And number 3, it will be the same as Martin and Simeon missions. There will be a G icon at the Gerald place, where when you get close to him, he will text message you saying things are heating up, typical gang and drug stuff. So that's how the new missions are going to work. Again, we're not sure about Ron, but Gerald is like 100% confirmed that his missions are going to be a part of the drip feed. And if you remember the Simeon repo stuff, it's going to be the exact same way. So don't expect something too crazy or different with these missions. In fact, building off of that, we got some more information from Insider Test Funds 2. So someone said maybe 8 missions. I think Rockstar is bold enough to drip feed that for a month. 2 missions per week during 4 weeks. And he said, I don't know why Rockstar would drip feed them. I'm sure they would just release all 8 missions at once. And someone else said, so that means these missions are going to be in a separate matchmaking pool, just another nail in the coffin of on-call contact missions. And he said, yes, they have the same base as repo and dispatch missions. I'm not sure why they would be any different. It's just the content that will be different. To be honest, you shouldn't expect something big when we are talking about new contact missions. One thing to note is that those missions will have a rank set to 85, while in reality, any low level can play them. This is the same case with repo and dispatch missions. It's just that the payout increase with the higher rank requirement, but Rockstar doesn't want to limit those missions to high-level players. So it makes them available to everyone, while technically the rank requirement is set to 85, to have those missions give the highest payout possible. So maybe this means these new Gerald and Ron missions that are going to be added could potentially have a nice payout. And if that is the case, maybe people will want to play them a bit more than the traditional adversary mode style of missions that Rockstar introduced into the game every once in a while. And honestly, I'm not super excited about these Gerald missions because, yeah, I kind of know what they're going to be like, but at least it'll give us something to do. And hopefully these Gerald missions aren't like the only thing we'll get for like the next 4 or 5 weeks, because that is legitimately the only thing left that Rockstar could add. These new Gerald and Simeon missions, or Ron missions, I should say, that are like the Simeon missions. So that's why I'm hoping we get a new update sooner rather than later, because, 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, 8 weeks of nothing would be a huge bummer here in GTA Online. But as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of everything we discussed in this video today. Rockstar making some big changes to online, what we can expect as far as the release date for the first 2020 DLC update, and more. Again, let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.